Hi, I'm Ellen Violette, and this is my 61st birthday, May 21st, 2014. And I thought what I would do tonight is I would share a lot of the insights that I've gotten over the years being in business for the last decade. And I'd also open it up to my list and to the public and let people ask me questions and just hang out and have a good time. There's nothing to buy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be giving away some cool stuff, giving you some gifts, and play it by ear. So that's the deal. Okay. So I thought I would do it where I would talk a little bit and then open it up. And as more people come on, they'll be able to ask me questions. We've also got the events page where people can put comments, if they want to do that. And that's that. Okay. So they can also watch on YouTube. Let me put that in there. I'll put that on the page. If you want to watch on YouTube, you can do that at here. I'm putting that link in. Okay. So I got on the internet in 2004, and it really was a last resort for me. I'd been in the music business for 20 years. I was a Grammy-nominated songwriter. I got a Grammy nomination, but I was not making very much money. I was your typical struggling artist, except for the fact that I had, relatively well-to-do parents who let me and my husband live with them. We built a world-class studio in their house, the house I grew up in, and we had a blast. But then my parents passed away within 11 months of each other, and our house had been damaged in the Northridge earthquake, and so there was no money unless I fixed the house. And luckily, I had actually gone to graduate school in architecture at UCLA, and had decided I was never going to end up being an architect. I quit after 2 years, and everybody got hysterical, including my boyfriend, my parents. I thought, you only have one more year, but I knew that just wasn't for me. I was having massive panic attacks because I was so unhappy. And I went into therapy, and my therapist was actually the one who said, you write this beautiful stuff. Have you ever thought of being a songwriter? And I said, no. She said, well, you should think about it. I went to UCLA Extension, and I started studying songwriting. I fell madly in love with it, and so that's how that happened. But once my parents passed away, I just couldn't afford to do it. I had to start thinking about making a living. I was over 40 years old, and I hadn't really worked. I'd been a copy editor and layout person for magazines like in the 70s, making $5 an hour, and I honestly didn't know how I was going to survive. But I'd always wanted to write books, and the thing was I was just tired of the whole, begging people to give you a chance. And what I loved about the internet was that there was no middleman, and you could just go and do your own thing, get directly to your audience, and, go from there. And I was very lucky because loving books, I found ebooks, and I thought, this is amazing. And I'm going to learn to write ebooks. And I bought a book on writing ebooks, and I wrote my first ebook, and it was terrible. It was hard. It was frustrating. And I went looking for an ebook coach, and there weren't any. And so I thought, oh my God, how could there not be an ebook coach? This was 2004. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to become one. So I became the very first ebook coach. And I created a signature program it wasn't called that in those days, but it's the 3 Days to eBook Cash workshop. And I created a second one, which was the eBook Profit Marketing Secrets. And what I did was I wrote an ebook and another ebook, not the first ebook. The first ebook was on moving. That was a disaster. I didn't sell any for like 2 years. But I wrote the second one, and I gave it away in a bonus offer. I sent people to a free 2-part teleseminar that was 90 minutes each. Show people that I really knew what I was talking about, and nobody knew who I was. And it went really well, and I made over $13,000 in that first, 2 workshops back to back. And I went from there. I started making really good money. 2.5 years, I made a 6-figure income. I've been coaching people for the last decade, writing more books, and now going into publishing and creating books for other people, launching books for other people, and just expanding my business and really love what I do. So that's really my story. But the thing is, when I got on the internet, all I wanted was to be an author And I really had no idea what I was getting into. I'd never run a business. I'd never thought about being an entrepreneur even. And so I didn't know anything. I honestly didn't. I just had a dream and a credit card, basically. And so I got some big shocks along the way because now you'll see people saying things like, "Well, it's not a straight line to success," you know. But when I was starting, I didn't know that. And I thought, okay, my business took off. I'm making more money every year. This is great. I went out, I bought a Mercedes, and and then all of a sudden the whole thing changed, and the economy collapsed, and I lost half my business, and suddenly it became a struggle. And I went through having to sell just about everything I owned just to stay in business. And I had to look at how to reinvent myself because the social media came in. I mean, it just became a whole different ball game. And the other thing I found out was that running a business is very different from starting a business. And starting a business is really fun. You're creating a lot of new things. You're learning new things every day. I found that running a business is just not for me. I mean, it becomes very, repetitive. And so, again, then you have to reinvent yourself again. Or how do you find other people to help you to, as people come on, I'm just telling my story a little bit, and then we're going to open up. Oh, we're going to go back and forth. And let me let you guys in. It looks like I muted myself by mistake. Okay, so does somebody want to ask me a question? Can you hear me? Okay, wait a minute. Anne, hi. Okay, can you hear me?
What?
Okay, but I can't hear you. Wait a second. How about now?
What?
Hey, I can't get you back up. What happened here? Yikes, I've never done this. Okay, let's see. No. Well, this is very frustrating. Okay. How about now? Oh, it did it again. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to unmute you. Okay. Now. Ay, 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 I don't know what to do here. Let's see, it's showing everybody is muted. Oh, there, Peter's up, but you're muted. Let's see. Can anybody tell me on the events page how to unmute somebody? I'm looking at it. Okay, well, while I'm playing around with this, I'll keep talking. So anyway, um, so I discovered that you really have to, look at your business and really decide what you're passionate about. And that means what you're passionate about in your business, and really getting rid of the things that you're not passionate about. And I found that to be quite difficult. I didn't find that to be easy. So, and sometimes, you can't really tell what it is because you're just too close to it. You're just too close to it. So sometimes you have to you have to, I'm really frustrated with this here. Okay, let's see. Does anybody on the events page tell me how to do this? How I get them to stop? Let's see. Okay. I said they're going to watch. Okay. Oh, you are watching. Okay, I see everybody. Okay, so anyway, and there's a lot more to it than people think. They think that, it's easy to say, well, write a good title. It's easy to say, find a good niche. But actually doing it is really a lot more involved than what people say. Okay, what I'm going to ask you to do, Anne, is maybe you should just get off and then get back on, because I can't figure out how to get you unmuted here. Okay? And anybody else, the same thing, so that you can get back on, because it's not letting me unmute you. Okay? Anyway, so, okay. Oh, there you go. There you go. Hi.
Hello again.
Yeah, I don't know why it was doing that, but if anybody's having trouble, just get off and get back on. Okay. Okay, so do you have a question for me? Anne, do you have a question?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
my question for you is, you're about my age.
mm-hmm.
I just retired last year
Mm-hmm.
as a newspaper publisher, an editor,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing what you've been through,
Mm-hmm.
would you advise someone to start this kind of a book business at the age of 65? Is this a doable thing, or is there so much energy? You talked about passion
Mm-hmm.
for what you're doing. I think I could develop the passion, but when I'm trying to learn how to not to be a workaholic now,
Right. Uh-huh.
do you have any advice?
I do. I do. I have a lot of advice. The irony of that is I started I guess I was in my 50s, and I was asking, am I too old, to start doing this? The truth is, I see people doing it in their 70s and 80s. I mean, I've had people in their 80s in my workshops. But here's the thing. Um, Here's the thing that people didn't tell me, and that I didn't really understand when I was starting. And I think this is all the difference. I think if you do it and you don't do it the right way, it can be really challenging, and it can be really overwhelming. And what you have to do is you really have to figure out what your business model is going to be, first of all.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't know about business models when I got on. All I knew was I wanted to write, and they were telling me that you don't make money writing, that the big money is on the back end. Well, that's not necessarily true. It's just that it takes longer. Okay, to build up a stable of books that are making you money takes time. You don't do it, you don't make it from one book, you
Uh-huh.
know. So, it takes time. When you add the back end and you do things like, live coaching or workshops or, group workshops, VIP days, live speaking, I mean, any of that kind of stuff, you get there a lot faster. The question is are you willing to do that? Do you like doing that? Do you want to do that? What are you willing to do? I mean, I go on tons of calls on the internet. I'm invited to speak a lot. I don't do a lot of live events. I've spoken at the Mega Book University live and a few other live things, but I generally don't do live. And it's hard now because my husband's 83 years old, and he, doesn't want to go anywhere. He doesn't feel good, and he doesn't really want me to go without him, and so it's hard right now, you know. But but the first thing, as I said, is it's really knowing what your business model is. I didn't know that. When I got on the internet, the big thing was teleseminar secrets and doing teleseminars. And so that's what I did. And so I built a six-figure business really quickly, but I wasn't doing a whole lot of writing. I was doing a lot of creating webinars and teleseminars and seminars. and talking a lot. And luckily, I like to talk, so it's okay. But at some point, it was like, okay, well, now how do I take this and make it more passive? How do I scale it so that I can make more money and work less? So that's really the main thing. And so then, once you find the right business model, then this is a little bit harder. It's finding the right mentors. And, if you want to be an author, I'll put myself into the ring. I think I'm a really good mentor. I mean, I have, six-figure clients and high six figures and even millionaire clients. But the main thing is that I stopped them from having to go through all the stuff that I went through. And, that's really my answer. I mean, it's individual, and I don't want to lie. I mean, there's work involved. You have to work. But if you work at it steadily, you don't have to work, 14 hours a day. If you set out a good plan and then you work a couple hours a day or more, depending on how, what you want to do and how fast you want to do it, it absolutely can be done. I think the biggest issue, though, and the biggest problem people have is they don't connect with their audience well. They don't know what their audience really wants, and they don't know how to create the products in such a way that they name them properly, they set them up properly, and so they struggle, So
Okay.
does that make sense?
It does. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else have a question? I see we got other people here, but I'm not hearing them. I'm only hearing Ann. Who else wants to talk? Okay, well, I'll talk for a minute. Anyway, so what I want to do throughout this call is I want to give you guys some free stuff. Okay? So, I'll be perfectly honest here. I mean, it's a little frustrating because my husband is sick, and so, he can't get out to buy me a present or anything. So I thought, okay, well, nobody's going to give me a present, so what's going to make me happy? And I thought, well, giving presents to other people is going to make me happy. So that's what I decided to do. So what I want to do is, um, if you want to, the first thing I'm going to give away is I'm going to give away a copy of my ebook workbook, my fast action ebook workbook. It's a $27 value. And the first person who emails me at info@theebookcoach.com, info@theebookcoach.com is going to get a free copy. And I'm not going to give them out on here because these are evergreen, and so I can't do that. So info@theebookcoach. Okay, and so the first person who does that is going to win that book. Oh, and talking about, Anne, you were asking how easy this is. I want to tell you, while we were just talking, I just made a sale. Okay, so we're sitting here talking, and somebody just bought something from me. That's the way you want your business to go, you know. Okay, so who wants my fast action ebook writing workbook? info@theebookcoach.com. I don't know why these other people, I'm not hearing them though.
They're still muted, I think.
Oh, they're still muted? Now, why are they muted and you're not? I didn't mute anybody. No, the new people came on after we had the muting issue. Bonnie, Bonita, you want to say hi?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. What's up?
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah. What is it? Oh no, did we just lose her? Sounds like we just lost her. Hmm.
Looks like we lost somebody else, and I've lost my video feed. I mean, not
My mind.
there.
Yeah.
She.
There you are. What's up?
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Oh, did I cut off?
Yeah, what's your question?
Oh, okay. My question was, what would you suggest is the best way to start. I'm starting out now, and so sometimes I get stuck with like the first steps to do.
Okay, the first steps to do. What are you trying to do?
Well, I do want to minister to women.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to, especially women that are in transition, like either they are approaching menopause or um, they feel stuck in a job that they don't really like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to coach women who are in that place,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really know like how to connect to those women.
Okay. So, well, one thing is, you can do the research and find out where are women. Now, I happen to know there are a lot of women on Pinterest, and
Uh-huh.
there are a lot of women on Facebook, but you can actually do the research. You can, go to Google and put in like stats, social media stats,
Mhm.
and you can find out where they are. Okay.
Okay.
Um, and then what you do is, then you start connecting there, and how you can connect with them is, a really easy thing to do is, you always want to offer stuff for free for starting. That's what I
Mhm.
was saying. The reason that my business took off really fast when I was first starting was that I had a lot, I made a plan to give stuff away in a very focused way. So
Uh-huh.
I wrote an ebook that I gave away, and now that's really easy to do because in Kindle, you can do that really fast.
Mhm.
They have something called, what is it, KDP. Okay.
KBP.
KDP.
Okay.
KDP. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And so you can do that, and I have a free special report on that, which you can get at my website. It's theebookcoach.com.
Okay.
Okay, theebookcoach.com, and you can learn more about how to do that. But basically, you give it away for free, and then I teach you the strategy in there, and then what you can do is you can do free consultations. That's really so easy.
Uh-huh.
Just start offering free consultations, and then you get people, and then people give you testimonials, and you just go from there.
Okay.
And one thing, one of my mentors is Eric Laughlin, and Eric on one of his sales calls was saying that this blew my mind because it sounds overwhelming, but he was saying, for every client that you end up getting, you might do 25 calls. you
Mhm.
know Once you start getting some people in there and you're actually getting paying clients, then there are some courses. You can email me at some point and I can tell you, who to study with if you want to learn more about how to convert them better, or something like
Okay.
that. But
Okay.
yeah, but that's really the way, to start. I love, writing ebooks because they can be fast and easy. And
Mhm.
you can, like I said, you can do a Kindle bestseller giveaway, and you get a lot of exposure and people start seeing your books. And then there are other things you can do that you can add on to that. Something I call momentum selling, where you can do a book tour on the tail end of your promotion.
Mhm.
You can give a bonus with your promotion that allows you to do a teleseminar or a webinar, and you can offer something at the end of that people pay for. So
Mhm.
there are a lot of things that you can do, but getting started, the main thing is knowing who your target market is, and like you said, looking to see where are they first of all, and you want
Yeah.
to make sure that you find ones that have money, because you can't make any money if the people that you're surrounding you with don't have any money.
Right.
you know So does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you. That helped a
Okay.
lot.
So Benita, you won the ebook journal.
Oh, great.
Okay, so I'll be sending these out after the call.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just be keeping a list. So you won the ebook journal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Um, okay, so who else has a question? Who else wants to talk? Anybody got a question for me? Let's see, what am I going to give away next? I'm going to give away stuff all through this call just because it's fun. Fun to give stuff away. Okay, what was the next one I was going to give away? I had a list and now I lost my list. Yikes. Okay, wait a minute here. Here we go. Okay. Oh, so one of the products that I created that out of that 180-minute giveaway that I said I did when I first got started, I gave away my ebook journal, and then I gave away the truth about ebooks. And the truth about ebooks is 180 minutes of great content, and I sell that for $67, and that's the next thing that I'm going to give away. So who wants to win the truth about ebooks? It's 180 minutes on writing ebooks and promoting them. So what you have to do is you have to go to info@theebookcoach.com, and the first person who does that, who's not Bonita, because we have to give somebody else a chance, okay, is going to win that. Okay. Okay, Anne. Anne won the truth about ebooks. Anne Tizone, is that how you spell it, or Tizone?
Tizone.
Tizone, truth about ebooks. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, who's got a question for me? Anybody else? Okay, well, I'm going to talk a little bit then. So the next thing that I was thinking was, you know, one of the things that I think people are really afraid of when they get started is of giving stuff away. I think that they're always afraid that they're going to give away something that they shouldn't be giving away, or they're going to give away so much that they're not going to have anything to sell. And what I can tell you from my experience is two things. One is that you're always going to be creating new stuff, okay, even though you don't think that right now, okay? I don't know why my picture looks awful up here on mine. Are other people seeing it all weird like I am? Oh, well, let me see if I can get it better. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. So, yeah, so what happens is as you learn more things, you have more things that you can give away, okay? And also it just depends on you. Like I tend to be a big, you know, picture thinker, and so I forget that it's like the little details that people want to know that are so easy to put into like special reports and short little videos and stuff that you can give away. And so, and the other thing that I have found over time is that, especially in my field, and this may be different in other people's fields, I can't, you know, speak for them, but what I can say is that what happens is that, oh, I forgot what I was going to say about that. No, I was watching people come on the call and I forgot what I was saying. Oh, is that no matter how much I give away, first of all, people still need help doing it. You know, like people would say to me, you know, God, you know, you give away so much great free content, and I do. And I can do that because I know I could talk all day long about how to write titles. And unfortunately, most people are still not going to do it right. It's not that they don't want to do it right. It's that it's a learned skill, and there's a I don't know, there's a science to it, but there's also a magic to it that you have to kind of understand the rhythm of to really get it, you know? And so, um, you know, you have to get to the point where you understand what it is your people need help with, number one, where they need you to hold their hand, and that, you know, you can give them everything right up to that point before they need to hire you. Okay, but when you know why they need to hire you, then it becomes a lot easier to give a lot of the other stuff away. And also, it's a lot about what you call it. You know, you have to give your stuff really great names that connect with your audience. It doesn't matter whether it's an ebook or a book or a program. You know, you have to really understand that. And then, of course, you know, the copywriting is important. So it takes a lot of writing skill to do it right, and anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. Okay, and there are shortcuts. I mean, there are things like optimized press where you can buy a theme and it allows you to just make a few short bullet points. But even within those bullet points, you still have to use the right buzzwords. You still have to hook into the things that people really want to learn on any given call, or from any given offer. So, that stuff is really important. And I think one of the things that happens is people, want to get you to buy something and they'll tell you it's easier than it really is to get you to do that. And again, does that mean, that you have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get started? No. I mean, like I have lots of free things, that you can get and books for, my book on Amazon is $3.99. I mean, there are a lot of ways to get started without spending a lot of money. But, but you have to understand that, it's a process and there's a learning curve and that it doesn't go straight up, like I said, which nobody told me, so, you're going to have failures. And then you're going to learn along the way, where your blind spots are, where the things are that you do that stop your own success. I mean, that's another thing that I've learned along the way is that it's our fear that stops us more than anything else. And when I got started on the internet, I was so confident. I mean, I just jumped right in and started doing stuff, and it was great. And I started making money fast. But guess what? Then when the economy changed, I started having some failures, and I started losing confidence because I didn't know that that was normal. I didn't know that the faster you fail, the faster you succeed. I just thought it was going to be success after success after success. So for instance, I had done my virtual ebook expo and I had done it a couple of times, and then I did it and I made a lot of money. The first one, I think I made like 20 grand. And then on the third one, it was a disaster and I lost money. And, I was devastated, but what had happened was the whole landscape had changed, and with people had gone from paying for a lot of these things to getting them for free and then buying all the audios or videos, later if they decided they wanted the whole package or they couldn't get to all the calls or whatever. But it was like after that I got gun shy. I didn't want to do it again. And then when I finally realized, oh, okay, you made a mistake, the economy changed, you didn't know you could do it again. But now everybody's doing them. So now my attitude is well, I don't want to do it unless I come up with a really amazing angle for it that people are really excited about. It's different from what everyone else is doing, because otherwise, the one thing I always talk about is, and I just did a call on, creating your signature program, it has to be unique. It has to be, something nobody else is doing. And so when I see, publishing expo after publishing summit after publishing, summit, it doesn't make me want to do that. So I only want to do things that are going to be new, exciting, and people are going to get, really excited about. So that's just the kinds of things that you have to think about. Is you have to keep it fresh and new, and what's the next thing. But the other piece of it is that I remember going to calls and I was go call after call after call. I mean, I was listening to hundreds of free calls, and finally one of my mentors said to me, Ellen, you know a lot, and it's time for you to start teaching what you know. And I was like, well, but I'm not there yet. And it's like, and what I finally learned is you're never there. There's no there. There's just you learn something and you teach it, you learn something else and you teach it, and you just keep going, So, I mean, that's another huge nugget that I have learned in my business over time. So, somebody else have a question for me? Jerry, for some reason you're muted, and I don't know why.
I'm not now.
Oh, good. Okay. Do you have a question?
I don't. I just wanted to say happy birthday and hi.
Oh, thanks. Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to check this Google Hangout thing out.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Very.
Yeah. The only thing is, see, I start looking at your picture, and I forget that when I'm looking at your picture, I'm not looking at the,
Hi.
at the camera. See, there's the camera.
I know.
Yeah. So I have to always remember to look at the camera.
That's right.
But I got to tell you guys, I mean, I was terrified of Google Hangouts in the beginning. I was absolutely terrified. I love teleseminars because I could hide. I could be wearing a bathing suit. If you notice, for this, I put on my makeup. I'm wearing a sweater because I've got a little camisole on underneath. But I thought, oh, this is terrible because now people are going to see me. Oh, I hated that idea. And I was terrified of making a mistake because now I feel just much more vulnerable because you can see me, you know. So anyway, so I got on and I looked for some free YouTube videos and I just wasn't finding it. I mean, I couldn't make this work. And it turned out they had just gone and changed the whole thing around, and so all the videos that I was looking at didn't show it the way that I was seeing it. And so I thought, okay, I got to hire somebody. So I hired a coach, and we did a call, and I waited like a month before I did another one, and I forgot everything I learned. I was like, oh my God, oh no. So then I decided to do these book tours, but I was doing them with some of my authors, and I said, okay, well, we're going to do them as Google Hangouts so that they can be evergreen, but if you're going to take the class, you have to come to this live coaching. So I got my coach to come, and he did a private coaching with all of them. So I went through it again. Oh, that was the third time. And the second time was when I did my book launch. I did a momentum selling, a second piece to my free launch so that I could do a book tour that day. And so I did it again, and I had some of my friends on and my coach. And so I did it 3 times, which cost me about $500 to do that. And finally, after the third time, I felt like, okay, well, this is better. You know, I feel like I kind of have the basics of this down. And the issue with it was that you can, you know, do a Google Hangout now, you can do it later, you can do it from an events page, you can do it right from the Google Hangout. So there were all these different ways, and it was just confusing the heck out of me. And so what I did from that was I went and I put in, I created my how to start a Google Hangout and why you should. And I just told people the very simplest way to do this so you could at least get started doing it. And then, you know, this whole thing about letting people on your call versus not letting them on your call, I mean, it was just like, it was so crazy making to me in the beginning. So I want to give me a pat on the back and you guys a pat on the back just for being here, you know, because not a lot of people are here. And I really am trying to get people to start moving over from teleseminars, you know, to Google Hangouts, but it's not easy because, especially as authors, you know, a lot of times, you know, want to be hermits and hide, you know. So anyway, so that's the deal with me and Google Hangouts. So anyway, that's so nice of you to come on the call just to say hi.
Yes.
Anyway, Jerry is one of my star students. So, you know, she's
self-proclaimed.
Yeah, no, not self-proclaimed. I see the way I give you stuff to do, and you are just plowing through it. You are doing it, girl, and that's what.
I can't wait. I'm
that's
excited.
Yeah, that's the only difference between the people who make it and people who don't. They commit to it. They take the massive action. They pay for the education, and they get it done. And that's what you're doing. And I'm so, so, so proud of you.
Well, thank you so much too.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it without you.
Yeah. So we're just getting her book finished, and we'll be launching. And tomorrow, her signature program, and I'm excited. So yeah, definitely.
Me
Definitely.
too. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love your little picture.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so it's time to give something else away. Drum roll. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have well, this one's not free. I'm giving away stuff that I sell. Okay, so how to create a Kindle bestseller with or without a website. Okay, this is a 31-page report, and I lay that whole thing out in there on how to do that. And so the first person who sends me an email at info@theebookcoach.com gets it. Okay, and if it's somebody who hasn't one yet, then they get it. If it's somebody who has one but nobody else takes it, then you can have it. So who wants my How to Create a Kindle Bestseller with or without a website? 31 pages of all the stuff, all the websites that you can announce your Google free days on, and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Okay. Also, I want to let everybody know, you know, I've been in the book challenge, the book marketing challenge. Anne was telling me that's where she came from. And Devora released the interview that I did with her today. So, if you haven't gotten your pass yet, you'll definitely want to do that and you can go listen to my interview with her on the One eBook Solution, the 12 Secrets to Turning a Single eBook into a Six-Figure Income. So the way you get your free pass to that, and that goes through June, so 2014. So depending on when people are listening to this, if you're listening to this, and it's pretty close to that, you can still get in. It's http://tinyurl.com/book-challenge-pass. So tinyurl.com/book-challenge-pass. Okay, so you can go there, and as I said, she just released my interview today. So that was about, I think, 40 minutes, 45 minutes of more free content there. Okay, we got some more people joining us. Yeah, Jerry, you already have everything. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. No, I don't know that you have everything. You definitely have that. That's in the, you got that in the bestseller ebook launch secrets course. Okay, Letty. Letty just won that. Yay, Letty. Okay, Letty gets the how to create. I'm going to give these out after the call because I have to go email you individually. How to create a Kindle bestseller with or without a website. Okay. Yay. Alrighty then. Who's next? Anybody else have a question now? We're going to go. I'm going back and forth between giving you guys just some of my insights from over the years to answering questions, giving away freebies. Just kind of hanging out. Okay, so any questions from anybody? Let me see. I'll go back on the events page, see if there's any. Oh, there's also the chat. Is the chat working? I thought I enabled it so people could, let's see. Chat. Oh, there. Okay, now. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so I can see a bunch more guys. Okay. So any questions? All right, let me see what happened to the events page. Yikes. Okay, well anyway, so so here's another little oh, here it is. Okay. Happy birthday from David Anson. Thanks. Daniel Berg. Letitia. Okay, let's see. Do you have an outline that gives step instructions about the process of selling a product? Setting up landing pages, writing a sales page? Actually, Evangeline, you know what? It's not in one course. There's two courses. So I have a course which is on setting it up, okay? And that's ebooks for sale in 4 days or less. And it's at ebooks for sale. Let me see. Ebooks for sale in 4 days. Ebooks, FOR, sale in the number 4 days.com. Okay, that's that one. And then the other one, advertising on social media, is part of my Rich Authors Roadmap to Success course. And that course is Rich Author. I was going to do a redirect. I haven't done it yet, but the actual page is Rich Authors Roadmap to Success.com. I'm sorry, Rich Authors Roadmap. Wait a minute, now I have to think about it. Yikes. I think it's Rich Authors Roadmap. Let me see. richauthorsroadmap.com/order. And that one really takes you through the whole process of not just selling a product, but selling the book, writing the book, launching the book, and there's only one module on writing because I know you've already done that, but launching the book, repurposing the book, and turning it into your six-figure income. So it's the whole thing. It's a 6-module course. So that's that question. And the other one's on here. Let's see. Okay. Why does that say start on my page? Oh, I guess you just have to hit the thing and then it starts. Okay, any other questions? Let's see, what else am I going to give away? I have to think about my next one. Okay, who else is here on the... Renee. Renee, do you have a question? Nope, not hearing her. Who else we got? Sheila. Oh, you guys have to unmute yourself if you want to talk to me. You guys are muted from your end, it looks like. Okay. Okay. So, and then the other thing is, a lot of times people get scared because they'll like go into a program and they don't necessarily get the results that they had expected or hoped for. And, I've had that happen to me. And what you have to think about is like there's people that I've studied with and I've spent thousands of dollars with, and it was worthless. Okay, it was absolutely worthless. But some of them are really big people, and I did not ask for my money back because I wanted a relationship with those people. And so what I ended up doing was using, that relationship in other ways. For instance, inviting them on to be guest speakers at my expo, for instance, and doing other events with me where I ended up making really good money with them. So I look at everything that I spend as an investment. On the other hand, like I recently went into a program where I expected a result and I didn't get the result. Well, I kind of got the result, but it was short-term. It was short-lived because they didn't really talk about how you did it long-term. And I actually called their office and I just told them that I was really frustrated. And when I did that, they offered me a free coaching session with one of their coaches, and I took them up on the offer. And from that I created another webinar to be able to take it to the next level. So, but on the other hand, I've had people, I had this one person, I get very few refunds over the years, but I had this one person who did take me up on one of my offers and then wrote me an email saying that it was confusing after 4 months. And then I was like, no, I'm not giving you a refund after you've had it for 4 months, when it was like, oh, I see. I'll get to that in a minute. Don't have a, I know that it's laid out step by step and I get rave reviews and all of a sudden this one person is telling me it's confusing, then I know it's that person's problem. And of course, I always want to make them happy, but by the same token, you can't come back 4 months later, or a year later and say you weren't happy with something. I mean, if you're not happy and you're going to ask for it, you need to do it within the time frame that, you're given to do that. Another really great tip is, when you start doing interviews with people and you have them on your calls, a lot of times they'll give you what they're offering, as the courtesy. So, I mean, there are lots of programs I have that I've never even had a chance to look at because I have so many of them. But, I never expect anybody to give me anything. I always, if it's something I really want, I'll always offer to buy it. But if they're really cool, they'll just say, no, that's okay. I'm happy to give you a copy because they know they're making a lot of money with me. So that's another little, really good tip. So Sheila says, happy birthday. I'm in the Hangout but don't have the technology to speak on camera. Would you walk us through what we should expect once we upload an ebook to KDP? Can we put an ad on our website that the ebook can be purchased on Amazon? Absolutely. Is it mandatory that we offer our book free for a certain number of days? If so, how many? Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to talk about that. So, first of all, once you put your book up on Amazon for KDP, be aware that you have to wait 30 days to actually do a free KDP launch. Okay, if you're going to do it in KDP. Now, there are other ways that you can do your book for free. I mean, you can offer your book for free from your site, at any time, but you're not going to get, as new authors, you're not going to get the traffic that you get on Kindle. So, that's one of the problems. But when you do it on Kindle, then you get a bestseller, and now you call yourself a best-selling author. So now it's like, I don't know, I'm really kicking around. Well, do I want to do another one that way or not? Because there's a downside too. You don't make as much money. You don't get the people opting into your list in droves like you do when you do it on your own site. So there are ups and downs of that. but what you can expect. Let's see. Okay, so you put it up on KDP, and then what you have to do is you have to get ready for your launch, basically. And so the way you get ready for your launch is by making sure that you're in all the announcement sites. Okay, and the announcement sites can all be found, I just gave away one, but the 31-page report that I did, how to create a Kindle bestseller, that one gives you all of the sites, and actually it walks you through the whole process. But obviously I don't have all of that memorized. So let me see here if I can find that special report. I'm going to give you the link to that one if I can find it. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, so that gives you like 30 days, to figure out where, all the sites that you want to put it in. And then the thing is, some of those sites you can only do the day of. And so what I did was I hired somebody to put those in the day of, because the day of I didn't want to be running around putting all those other announcements out. Okay. But okay, I was looking for the link to that, but I don't know where it is right now. Anyway, so you want to go and put it in all those other sites, and you want to try to hire somebody and hopefully not do it yourself, because that's just going to be a lot of work. And then you have to figure out how many days you want to do. So you can do up to 5 days in Kindle. I don't suggest doing that. I mean, I've worked with tons of people over the years doing ebook launches, and it just seems like you kind of lose steam, after a couple days. So I really recommend not doing it more than 1 or 2 days. And again, it depends on, what you want to do and how you want to do it. Because, for instance, like I did my first one 2 days, and I did it that way because for a number of reasons. But I hadn't done one yet. I've been doing ebook launches for years, but from my site. So I wanted to see how that worked, because that's how most of my clients were doing it. And but then what I did was I did a momentum, what I call momentum selling day, and what I did was on the back end I put a book tour, and so by doing that I was able to increase the number of sales that I got, because there was already buzz about my book from the 2 free days. So if you do your 2 free days on a Thursday and Friday, then it takes you into the weekend where people have more time to hang out, watch your book tour, and buy your book. So that's what I did. And then you can also give a bonus webinar with it. And I'm not good here at muting people out, because when I muted people out, then I couldn't get them back in. So anyway, if you could not type or mute yourself, that'd be great. But anyway, so you can do, a webinar as a bonus that they get just with the promotion. And then from that, you can have an upsell on the back end, and you can make a lot of money on those. I mean, I know somebody who made like $30,000, doing that. Again, and also it depends on, if you're just going to use free sites, or if you're going to also get joint venture partners. And what I want to say about, and I didn't use them much on this one, because I wanted to see, what kind of results do you get without it, because I know a lot of new authors, just don't have the access to those people like I do. And so I did it that way. And what I found is that, and this is always true, when you send people to Amazon, and Amazon is sending people to Amazon, a lot of people they're sending aren't really may not be interested in what you're doing. Okay. But when you get joint venture partners who are already targeting people that you want to reach, you're cherry picking your audience, and you're getting to a lot more people that are your real audience. And so you make a lot more sales that way. Okay. And so you're always going to make more sales. Wait a minute, I'm doing this. Ebooks for sale in 4 days. I'm just putting those in that I had been asked about. Okay. Are the 2 programs. So anyway, yeah, so that's always going to be. So you always, can make more money when you use joint venture partners and you find the ones that are already catering to the people that you're trying to get to. And the reason people will joint venture with you is because you have information that they want to share with their list that they don't have or that they don't feel like making because you've already done it. Okay. Um, so let's see. Yeah, so as I said, I recommend 2 days, and that's really the process. It depends on how much you want, how involved you want it to be. If you just want to go to bestseller, it's the one process. If you want to add the momentum day, and then if you want to add the bestseller launch. And I have some free articles on this on my blog that you can, find at the ebookcoach.com/blog. That's the ebookcoach.com/blog. And there's also, I have a complete program on it as well, and that's the bestseller ebook launch secrets. And I'll put that on the events page before I hang up as well, so people can find that because I don't have it in front of me. Okay, are you recording this Hangout? What software do you use to record interviews and teleseminars? Well, this is what's so awesome with Google Hangout. It's automatically recorded as soon as you do it when you do it as a Hangout on air. It's automatically recorded. Now there is a piece of software that I just bought. It's WebJam, and there's just a lot of other really cool things that you can do with it. It just makes it easier. It makes it so that you can do it directly from Google Hangouts and also be able to email people and just do a lot of other good things. Anyway, I have an affiliate link for that if anybody wants to go through me. It's tinyurl.com/web-jam-wow. Web-jam-wow. And that's actually on my agenda to really go over it this weekend. So once I learn it, then I'll have a better idea of all the goodies that it can do, and we'll see how, but people are raving about it. So anyway, Ruth has just joined us. Welcome to the call, Ruth. Hi. Okay, well, anyway, so yeah, so that's what I recommend. That's what I'm using. It's WebJam at tinyurl.com/web-jam-wow. Jerry, have you had a chance to look at it? I know you said you got it.
Yeah, actually, I was just typing a quick note. It is awesome. It has so many capabilities.
Okay, so tell us what you've discovered already.
Well, it will integrate with pretty much anything, and it does all of the autoresponders, hooks up with what is the one that we use? Not MailChimp, but Aweber, and it has a tutorial for every screen. It is dummy-proof. It has step-by-step. You can't mess it up. I mean, it's awesome.
Okay,
really,
I'm excited.
What I need.
Well, the reason I decided to get it actually was I did a call with Susan Harrow, and she was using it. And anyway, so I bought it. I used her affiliate link because I wanted to support her, since she was, she's done a lot of my really great students actually came from her from the 3 days to eBook Cash workshop. Then she promoted me last year. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So when it came time for me to buy it, I used her link. So, that's why, when I find something I like and I give the link, if you love what I'm doing, it's a way to support me, and we all pay it forward and we all help each other. Okay, so that's very cool. Okay, so I'm excited to hear that. Any other questions right now? Otherwise, I'll give another little tidbit.
Ellen. Hi, this is
Hi.
God, this is so weird. I never expected to be on camera. I know, it's like I went to do the Google Hangout expecting to see you, and it said, you're downloading some software, and everybody's got
Yeah,
so
well, I said on the email, on the email I said, make sure you wear clothes because you could end up online on the video. Yeah, you there?
And I thought you were joking, you know. Anyway,
No,
I missed.
I was
What
not
was the name
joking.
of that software? I just joined in right.
Oh, the software, I'll put it on here. Yeah. It's
Uh oh, now I
HTTP.
can't hear anything.
Oh, tinyurl.com. Wait a minute. tinyurl.com/web jam wow. That's it. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, hi. We've got somebody else joining us. Martin. Hi, Martin.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Good, good. Yourself?
Yeah, good. I'm having fun. You got a question for me?
I don't.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just answering them as we kind of go along if people have
Okay.
any. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I've been just giving some, some of my thoughts from the things that have helped me the most or the lessons that I've learned from the last 10 years online. And you can go back and, watch the first part later. Um, so let's see, what else? Oh, here's another thing. When I was starting, people were throwing money at me. I mean, it was so easy in those days. There was nowhere near as much competition. It wasn't as confusing. We didn't have social media. There were fewer channels for people. And then all of a sudden it changed.
Oh.
It says I'm muted. Okay, there. Okay, somebody muted me by mistake. That's on the call. Okay, so more people started saying, "Oh, I love what you have, what you're offering, but I can't afford it." And so then what I started doing was, a bunch of $97 stuff, and sometimes $97 stuff is great. It's great to support your peeps and offer things that are affordable. But what I noticed was that I was starting to work really hard and I was getting really exhausted because I was doing tons and tons of them, trying to make it affordable for everybody. And what I realized was that even though I'd always had higher end products, but I was focusing on that lower end, I wasn't happy with what was happening for me because if I burn myself out, then I can't help anybody. So then what I did was I said, okay, well, I have to figure out how I can have more higher price stuff. And what I noticed was that, in my mind I would go, well, this is ridiculous. Why would anybody pay me that amount of money for this? It's crazy. And what I realized was that I was feeling that way because I had paid a lot of money for things that were not worth it. Okay. And so what I had to really get in touch with for me was the fact that what I offer, I know the value of what I offer, and I know that it changes people's lives, and I know that people can write best-selling books, and I know that they can create 6- and 7-figure businesses when they follow, what I teach. And when I realized that, then I thought, okay, I get it. I get it. And so now I can raise the prices and be comfortable because I know that what I offer is worth it. And so, for instance, on my 3 days to ebook cash workshop, it used to be $1,500 and $1,497, and then we had a $697 basic one. And last year, I added a $3,000 package. And what we did was, for offering the $3,000 package, we added services. We made it so that people don't have to do anything other than write the book, and then we'll do everything else. So we'll put it up on Kindle for them. We'll format it. We'll do the Kindle optimization for them. We'll get all the pieces done for them, and it's great. I mean, now the last time everybody took the $3,000 package, I had no low-end clients, and people are saying, oh, it's a different economy and people won't pay for that. It's not true. If you offer what people want, they will pay for it. And the two things that you have to know is A, what they want, and B, that you're worth it. And when you really get those two things, you can make more money and you can work a lot less and you can provide a lot more value and enjoy it a lot more, because you can't. I mean, it's okay, when you're starting, you've got to have your prices lower. You've got to, um, test things out, and you've got to get your credibility. But once you start raising your prices, you really have to start looking at, what's realistic, and really go there. And it's really scary for people sometimes. You think, well, what if I lose everybody if I go there? Well, then you have a choice. You can either lower it again, you can rename it, or try something else that's, maybe got less stuff in it or something, you know. But I found that to be huge in my business, that raising my prices was absolutely essential. Okay, so any other questions? Got any other questions? Let me go look on the events page. Oh, Jill, hi. Letitia left me a happy birthday. Thank you. Okay. Somebody asked what we're talking about. What we're talking about is I'm just sharing my pearls of wisdom, answering questions and giving some free stuff, or not giving some free stuff away, giving some of my paying stuff away, some of my good stuff away. So, any questions, anybody? Okay, let me see what else we got here.
Hi, Ellen.
Yeah.
I never got the website address.
For what?
Kept,
my website? My
yeah.
website. Yeah, it's right on here, but it looks like it's breaking up. But it's the eBookCoach.com. The eBookCoach.com.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's my website. There's a free PDF there, how to create a Kindle bestseller with or without a website. That's the 10-page report. Okay. Okay, let's see. What else can I give away? Oh, I have a book. Let's see. eBooks. Okay, I have a book. I didn't write this one, but it's one that I really like, and so I got it for PLR, and it sells for $37, and it's called eBook Money Machine. And eBook Money Machine does go into writing an ebook and marketing. And the writing, his process is different than mine. So, sometimes people like to check out different things. And so I'm going to do, again, the first person who emails me at info@theebookcoach.com gets a free copy of the eBook Money Machine. Okay, eBook Money Machine. Okay. So who wants a copy of the eBook Money Machine? It sells for $37. So the first person that emails me at info@theebookcoach.com gets it. Okay. Jill, how far out does Amazon pay Kindle authors? Is there a lag time? Yes, there is. So I did my launch in January, and I was supposed to get paid in March. And what ended up happening is that they had some kind of glitch, so it took a little longer. I didn't get it till the beginning of April. But if you do it, where it's a direct deposit to your bank account, then you get it faster. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So nobody wants eBook Money Machine. It's a $37 ebook on how to write and market your ebook. Okay, you just have to send me info@theebookcoach.com, and the first person will get it free. Okay, so any other questions? I want to thank all you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I would have had a very lonely evening without you guys because my husband is sick, so I knew he wasn't going to be able to take me out or anything, so I figured I would make my own party. So I want to thank you for joining me. Okay, Martin. I'm thinking of helping chefs write their first cookbook. Any suggestions for creating that product? Cookbooks are not really, that's not my specialty, but I know, just from experience, I mean, it's like anything else. You want to figure out, first of all, what's your unique angle? What are you going to put in that cookbook that they're not going to find anywhere else? So part of that, I'm sure, is going to be your particular recipes. But I would think also, once aside from that, you've got to come up with a catchy title again. That's always the first thing. 50% of whether people buy your books, ebooks, or books or not is the title. Okay, and then another, big chunk is the cover. It's got to look really great. And then when they look inside, it's got to be formatted nicely. But that's really my suggestion is you need to do the research. You need to see what's out there. Every so often, I'll do a teleseminar, and I always say that there are always tons of diet books, and this time was no exception. But what I also found was there were a lot of recipe books and a lot of food books. People love food. So again, you've just got to hone in on what kind of cooking. So do you know what kind of cooking? What kind you want to write about? And do you know what the market will bear?
Well, it's not a book that I want to write. I want to try to help other chefs write a cookbook for themselves.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, well, first of all, you just won the book. eBook. You just won eBook Money Machine, Mark.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, I'll be sending these out after probably tomorrow, because I don't want to do it tonight. Okay. So you want to teach them how to write books.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Well, do you know how to write books?
Well, I've written a few books myself, and I found a program this past weekend that is like a recipe organizer. And you can create your own cookbook, drawing from online resources, Pinterest and whatnot, and actually download a file and change it to a Word doc so that you can upload it into Kindle or whatnot. I mean, I know that copyright information about cookbooks is that the list of ingredients is not copywritten, but the description is.
Right.
So you have to work on your own descriptions, but I thought it was a pretty easy way to be able to format a cookbook and put something together pretty quick. I mean, the concept from my point of view is to try to help people who are in the food service industry trying to gain some credibility, and maybe even culinary arts students to bulk up their resume a little bit, so that they can get better opportunities. That was which I've actually been in food service myself for about 35 years.
Well, again, I mean, you have to look and see what other people are helping chefs write books. What is their angle? How do they approach it? And make sure that you do something different. That's always, and that's the most important thing. And
well, I haven't seen anybody doing it, and I'm not sure if it's the old you don't want to be the pioneer.
Right.
But but at the same time, I think it's still. I still think, in general, people believe that writing their own book is more of a hassle and than it actually is.
Well, one thing that I want to say is, if you have people who don't want to write their own books, we definitely have a service where I work with people. I interview them, and we write it. We basically create an interview book, but we then turn it into a book for them. We have complete done-for-you services, so you can be an affiliate and make money just by doing the marketing of that, and we'll actually do the book for them. If you want to figure out if there's a market for that, for just chefs, again, what I would say, and I talked about this on the call last night on signature programs, is, you have to test it. I mean, I would go and find out, where are they? Are a lot of them online? We're talking hundreds of thousands, or thousands, or how big is your market, first of all, because you want to be able to reach, minimum of 50,000 people. And
right.
then what you want to do is, write a special report, or do a video, or, do some things where you're putting it out there and test the market and see if they're interested in it or not. When I say when I say you don't want to be a pioneer, what I mean is, you can do tests and see if they're interested. That you don't just jump in and write it and then go, oh God, there wasn't a market for it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Renee, this is Renee. Let's see, what is your take on PLR? Should they always be free? No, PLR are usually not free. Not sure, though, what you mean.
Can you hear me?
Who?
Renee, this Renee.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
I'm sorry, I have hair rollers in my hair because my niece is graduating tomorrow.
Okay.
So I apologize. I guess what I was concerned about, when you go through these different services and one get the PLR free, or you pay a small amount of money and then you edit it a certain percentage.
Right.
Should we give it as a free book all the time, or
I see what you're saying.
To charge?
No. Once you've got the PLR, you can do whatever you want with it, as long as you don't. Yeah, as long as you don't change it. Yeah.
Okay. Because sometimes, they have, it may be a grammar error, or they may have some titles that's not really catchy.
Right.
So you're saying if you do any kind of editing, you should.
Well, if I wanted to do something like that, I would contact them and say, I love your thing, I want to use it, but I see these issues with it. Is it okay if I change that? Usually they're not going to care as long as you don't take out their information. I mean, the reason they're doing PLR is they want you to spread the word about them.
Okay.
So it's a win-win, because you're helping them and they're helping you. They're giving you content, you're giving them exposure.
Okay. All right. Sound good. Thank you, and happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Jill, thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you. You guys are making my birthday fun, by the way, Letitia, thank you for teaching us. You're welcome. Okay, so it's coming up on 7 o'clock. We started at 5:30. So, if people have more questions, I'm willing to stay on. If not, maybe we'll call it a night here pretty soon. So anybody else have a question? Any more questions on this? Okay. Let me see. What other tidbits can I give you that I've learned? Some of the things that were easy when I was getting started are not as easy now, because, as again, people are just burned out on doing some of them. But also, this is one point I really want to make. A lot of times you'll see somebody and they'll say, I got 10,000 people on my blog in, 10 weeks, or I made $500,000 in, a month, or, this kind of stuff. What they're not telling you is, to do that, they either had a huge email list, or they had phenomenal JV partners, or they spent a ton of money on pay-per-click ads. Okay, those are the three ways that you do it, period. That's it. Okay. Well, I shouldn't say that. Or, like I've known of people where, like, they just did tons of videos, free videos, and got them out through something like Traffic Geyser. But when I say a ton of videos, I mean a ton. I mean, like, I was on this call and this woman was saying how she had done, like, 3,000 videos in 365 days. Means she was doing at least, 3 a day. Okay, and it was even higher than that. It was like 8 or 9 or 10 a day, and I was like, oh my God, who's going to do that? I mean, you'd have to like eat, sleep, and do that, you know? So all I'm saying is that a lot of times people just say things that are really unrealistic, and they say it because it's sexy and because it gets people's attention, because they click and they buy. And then they're disappointed, you know, and it gives internet marketing a bad name because they're not going to get the results that those people got, or they're certainly not going to get them in the amount of time that they got them in. And they'll say something like, well, we can't guarantee that you're going to get those same results or that you're going to get them in, you know, in X amount of time. But it's like, you know, when I say to people, well, I can get you to 6 figures in a year, it's like, a year? Oh, I want it yesterday. Well, most people it takes 1 to 3 years. Okay. You know, every once in a while somebody lucks out. I mean, there was a guy who just did a video maker thing, and he thought, you know, in his early launch that he would sell like 250 of them, and he sold 1,800 of them. Okay, well, when you really hone in on what people want and you get it right, sometimes that happens, but it's the exception. It's not the rule. It's like winning the lottery. You know, it's like, yeah, you get everything right, and I shouldn't say it's like winning the lottery, because I mean, if you do all the testing and all that, you can know in advance when something's not going to work. But when something, you know, is going to work, you don't know how well it's going to work. You can have an idea, you know, but you don't really know until you do it. So, but I just want people to be aware of that. I mean, these are just, you know, some of the nuggets that I've shared today are just some of the things that come up that, you know, nobody told me, that, you know, can be misleading, you know, stuff like that. So I just kind of wanted to clear the air and just share some of my truths. So, Martin, thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, Martin. Sheila, how are people making some of the cool graphics I see on Facebook and on websites? It appears you have to have your own pictures. To do on Instagram, is there another way or source? There is. There are sites that allow you to make those. And I don't have it in front of me. Let's see. My friend Dawn Abraham is really good at making those things. So if you're on Facebook, you know, ask Dawn how she makes them, and she'll tell you. It's a program that you use. It's photo something or other. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. How to make Facebook graphics. Okay. What do we get here? Well, one's Adobe. One's how to make findsmarter.com. That's not it. dazzleteeny.com/Facebook. That's not the one. Hers was, the one she recommended was called Photo something. Photo. Yeah, I don't know the one she uses. 4 steps to create social media graphics, crazyegg.com. Anyway, like I said, I mean, you could Google it and find out. Oh, here, GIMP. Yeah, that's one of them, GIMP. Yeah, I haven't gotten too into that yet. One more thing to learn. And again, you know, it goes back to what you're good at too. I mean, like I love webinars, and so I'm focusing on WebJam and learning how to use all the cool things in there right now. So, okay, any other questions from anybody? Okay, we're going to wrap this up in a minute or two. Anybody else? Okay, let's see. What else can I give away? What else can I give away? Let me see. Okay. Oh, I just want to mention one more time, since we've got some new people on the call. I'm in the Book Marketing Challenge, and Devorah Lansky released an interview that I did with her today on the One eBook Solution, the 12 Secrets to Turning a Single eBook into a 6-figure income. It's about 45 minutes long. And you have to be in the Book Marketing Challenge. It's free. And if you haven't gotten your pass yet, you can get it at http:// tinyurl.com/ book challenge pass to get your free pass to the book marketing challenge and access to my free 45-minute interview on how to turn a single ebook into a six-figure income. Okay, so anybody can get that. And let's see. Oh, my screen is frozen at the moment. Okay, so I'll have to wait a minute. Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay. Oh, okay, I know the other something else I can give away. So, well, actually, I guess I can't because I have a partner on that one. Can't give that one away. Okay, what else can I give away? Oh, I have a MP3 actually. Let me see, on how to do bonuses and upsells. Okay, that I haven't been selling it yet, but that one's going to go for at least $47, if not more. But it's how to do bonuses and upsells. There's a PDF, and then there's the MP3. So anybody who wants that, you need to send an email to info@theebookcoach.com, and the first person who sends me the email, and if you haven't won yet, you get priority, will win that. Okay. Bonuses and upsells. The PDF. Oh. Let's see. Jill. Okay, Jill won the book. Well, it's not actually a book. It's actually an MP3. Okay, Jill. Jill wins bonuses and upsells. PDF and MP3. This is the raw, that one's the raw one. I haven't actually made it into, I haven't gotten the cover and all that stuff yet, so you're getting that one raw. Okay, so any other questions before we go? Well, I want to thank everybody, for coming and hanging out. Robert just joined us. I have a pair of old Nike shoes for sale. You are funny. Happy, 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 happy. Let's see. Happy, 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 happy birthday. #1 song and book on its way. Woohoo! Okay. Okay, well, we've been on for about an hour and a half, and I'm going to go get some dinner myself. So I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with me. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm happy that to everybody who was able to win something from me. And as I said, I'm going to take the rest of the evening off. I'm going to watch the finale of American Idol and hang out with my husband. So anyway, everybody have a really great night, and we'll have to do this again sometime soon. And thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I'm so happy and grateful that you guys are here. So have a great night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Same to you, and happy birthday.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Sheila. I got your message.